Hello, I'm Marcus from Marcus Language Academy, and today I like to talk about a really interesting topic because as a teacher I recognize that a lot of my students struggle with this topic, and the topic is how to use the spoken past tense in German. Okay, it's a little bit tricky because the past tense works a little bit different to the English past tense, and we have just two forms in the past in German, and we don't depend on the situation. It's more a kind of style. So when we talk, there's a certain pattern how to use the past tense. So, and please remember that I have here on YouTube a free course for beginners to learn German with me. So if you like, you can check this out over here in the corner or in the description of the video. But now let's see how the spoken past tense in German works. Let's go. Here we have an example. Ist Leo. He is Leo. And that's actually part of my beginner's course, and you see an image here because in my course every sentence has an image and I use colors. We have the green color for and Leo because it's nominative, because it's the subject of the sentence. And the background color is red and the verb here is red because it's an irregular verb. Okay, so I use colors to explain you the grammar. But this is not the topic today because this is in present tense. Now the question is, how can we transform this sentence into past? Okay, first we need to ask if our verb of our sentence is the verb sein, haben, or a modal verb. So sein is the verb to be, haben to have, or a modal verb, Modalverb. In this case, ist actually is the verb to be, so it's the verb sein. So we answer this question with yes. And because we answer with yes to this question, we would use Präteritum. Präteritum is one of the two past tenses we have in German. So Präteritum, war Leo. And you see the background color changed to black because I use the black background color for Präteritum. Okay, and we have a red dot. Unfortunately, war Leo, it's quite irregular. Like in English, he was Leo, it's also an irregular in the past. So, because we answer to the question with yes, we would use here Präteritum. War Leo. Okay, let's see another example. Hat ein Auto. He has a car. The car here is blue because it's accusative. It's the direct object. Okay, so again, I use colors to explain you the grammar. So, but here we want to say the sentence in past tense. First question, like always, is it a verb sein, haben, or Modalverb? Yes, because actually it's the verb to have, it's haben, And therefore we answer with yes to this question, and we would use again Präteritum. Hatte ein Auto, The Präteritum would be hatte. Hatte ein Auto. Okay. Let's see another example here. Will in Deutschland arbeiten. He wants in Germany work. So that's literal translation, because you have to be careful because our second verb goes to the end. And here we see another background color, so it's yellowish because it's a modal verb. Yes, so that's quite easy because wollen, to want, it's a modal verb. So obviously we need to answer to our question sein, haben oder Modalverb with yes again. And therefore we would use Präteritum and we would say wollte in Deutschland arbeiten. He wanted in Germany to work. Okay. Okay, so we had three examples where we had sein, haben or modal verb, but let's see now another example. Geht ins Restaurant. He goes to the restaurant. Okay, or he goes in the restaurant, literally. First question again. Actually here it's the green background color because gehen in present tense it's regular, so I use the green color for regular verbs. Okay, but here the question first, is it sein, haben or modal verb our verb? No, because it's gehen. It's not a modal verb and it's not sein and not haben. So we answer with no to the question. If we answer to this question with no, we need to ask another question. We need to ask if we have Bewegung oder Zustandsänderung. Bewegung is movement or displacement. Zustandsänderung would be change of state. No? I would say Bewegung, no? Or Zustandsänderung, it's a A-B situation, because if I displace myself, I go from A to B. If I have a change of state, I change from A to B as well. Okay? In this case, gehen, yes, it would be Bewegung, no? It would be movement or displacement. And therefore, we would use Perfekt mit sein. So we would say, ist ins Restaurant gegangen. No? He, normally in English would be he has gone to the restaurant, but here it's actually with ist instead of haben. No? Ist ins Restaurant gegangen. And in our image, you have this AB symbol that reminds you that we have an AB situation. Okay? And the gray background color reminds you that we use perfect and we don't use Präteritum. No? Perfect is the second tense we use in the past. Be a little bit careful with the participle because it's gegangen, it's quite irregular. No, it comes from gehen, but the participle it's gegangen. But really important, we need to say ist ins Restaurant gegangen and not hat ins Restaurant gegangen. Okay. Another example. Wacht 3 auf. So he wakes up at 3. Aufwachen would be the infinitive, and this verb is separable. Therefore I use this brownish color. Okay? And in present tense we would separate the prefix auf from the verb and we put it all the way to the end. So wacht 3 auf. Okay. But now let's see how it works for the past tense. Is it sein, haben oder Modalverb? No, it's not a verb, so we have to answer with no. And now we ask, is it Bewegung, movement, or is it Zustandsänderung? Is it change of state? Yes, actually it's a change of state, it's a Zustandsänderung. Because when I wake up, I was before asleep, situation A, and I'm awake, situation B. So we need to answer with yes again, and when we answer to this question with yes, we need to use Perfekt mit sein. Ist 3 aufgewacht. So he has or he is woke up at 3. No? Ist 3 aufgewacht, and the separable verbs, they insert the 𝐾𝐸. So we say aufgewacht, not geaufwacht. No? We would say aufgewacht. Be a little bit careful here, but the green color will remember you that we have here a separable verb. But Perfekt mit sein here. And here we have our last example when we have lernt Deutsch. He learns German. Okay? Again, we have a regular verb here, therefore we have the green background color. But now, let's go to the past. First question, sein, haben oder Modalverb? No. No? Now we need to ask the second question, Bewegung oder Zustandsänderung? No, it's not a movement or displacement, and it's also not change of state. No? So we have to answer this question again with no. And when we answer with no to this question, no, we use Perfekt mit haben. So we say, hat Deutsch gelernt. He has German learned, literally. No? So here we have hat gelernt. Okay? So we have hat in second place, and gelernt goes all the way again to the end because this participle always is at the end. Okay, so this is a little bit our idea how to solve the spoken past tense in German. Okay, and if you follow this path, you will get always the right answer for the past tense. And interestingly, just 10% of the verbs would use Präteritum. And the most important verbs are the verbs sein, haben and modal verbs. Okay? Because maybe you are still a beginner, so stay with this and you will be fine. But it's just 10% of all verbs. Okay? Because there are some more verbs, but they are a little bit more advanced, but if you stick to sein, haben or modal verbs, you are fine. And Perfekt mit sein is just 20% of all verbs. Okay, so there are not so many verbs with Bewegung, Zustandsänderung, so there are not so many verbs with movement, displacement or change of state. Most of the verbs you will find in this group, 70% would use in past tense Perfekt mit haben. So if you need to guess, your best chances you have with Perfekt and haben. Okay, So that's a little bit this. If you follow this path, you will get always to the right solution. So thank you very much. I really hope you liked the video, and please let me know in the comments where you struggle in the past tense in German, and maybe also you have a different issue in the German language, and so maybe you can tell me this and I can make a video from this topic. Please like this video so that other people can find my video, and if you want to subscribe, I highly recommend this, that you don't miss my next video. And please remember that I have a free course to learn German here on YouTube, so you can find the link over here in the corner or in the description. So that's everything for today. Vielen Dank und bis bald.